14 misconceptions tourists have when coming to Norway.
Let's see. I'm very curious what people. So, like, what do people think about Norway? That it's expensive?
That it's really cold.
Yeah. That maybe someone thinks that like the sun doesn't rise in the winter or something. I don't know.
That people are not friendly.
Um,
That's all I can think of like stereotypes of Norway.
yeah, we don't necessarily believe all those. I believe that it's expensive, but
Yeah, but is it? That might be your
Whoa,
misconception.
you never know.
Let's see.
People traveling to Norway sometimes have misconceptions about the country, which leads to big disappointment when they are finally here. We are going to explain 14 of these. Number 1. Almanretten counts for motorhome.
Oh man, that was my
One of the
biggest misconception. I totally know what that is.
I forgot to mention that in the intro. I was thinking about
The
Common
motorhome.
misconceptions tourists have is that Almanretten, the everybody law, counts also for vehicles, especially motorhomes.
I like the way you can camp wherever
The
you want
Almanret
thing.
governs what can be done in nature, like where it is allowed to camp.
It's
It
just
was
for
established
tents.
in a time where it took very long to cross the country, and one was not sure to find an accommodation. The law only applies when traveling by foot and with a tent.
Okay, that's actually good to know.
Parking your
cool.
motorhome at any spot and staying for the night is not implicitly allowed. It's just tolerated. And since a few funny people abuse this tolerance, interdiction signs have popped up around most popular places. If you own
Interesting.
such a vehicle, you
Oh,
will
look at that
mostly
view.
have to use dedicated overnight spots. And if you use one of the popular
Do you have to pay for the overnight spots then?
Not specified.
apps for good spots, you will probably not be alone. As the problem gets worse every year, expect new legislation within the next few years.
Dang, tourists ruin everything.
Yeah.
Like you apparently used to be able to do that in Iceland too, and now you can't.
Right before we were about to go, we like saw that they changed it because people were abusing it.
Dang nabbit.
Number 2,
Oh,
Norway is
oh,
very expensive.
we said
Misconception.
You want to visit a certain destination and suddenly realize that accommodations cost 3,000, 4,000 Norwegian kroner or more per night. And when you are there, everything else is expensive. That's only
Aye.
because you want to go to a place everyone else wants to go.
True.
The trick is not to stay at that place but 50 kilometers away. Then the prices will drop very quickly and you will pay half or even a third of that price.
Oh, good to
But you will-
know.
But how do you get there without renting
Yeah.
a very expensive rental car?
And I'm sure the food might be a little bit cheaper, but probably is also still going to be expensive.
I wonder if like how expensive it is now in Norway. I went to Norway like holy nuts. I went to Norway 8 years ago at this point, and it was very expensive compared to America back then, but American prices have gone up exponentially in the last
Yeah.
8 years. So I wonder if they're getting closer.
COVIDflation.
Yeah.
Have to travel a bit more. Even on a small scale this happens. When visiting Oslo, a lot of people want to stay near the station, but you can save some money by staying near another station than the main station, or a place which requires using another public transport first.
Typically
By
what we do in
staying,
a lot
for
of places.
example, in Majorstuen, you will pay 30 to 40% less.
Wow.
And keep away from anything alcohol related if you are on a budget.
Yes.
This
Another
is very
thing that we always do.
because it is heavily taxed. And don't forget that 25% VAT has been added
Wow,
to the price of most
25%
things.
VAT.
Wow.
Number 3, there is always another cheaper company.
Oh.
Compared to other countries, there is usually not enough markets to provide a certain service in an area, so it ends up that there is only one company offering that service in that area. So some people coming from countries where there is more choice will find it very confusing that they only find one company.
Interesting.
Then they assume that there are more companies, but they don't show up in the online search results because they are not online.
Oh man, swimming
Norway
in the
is very
Norwegian
advanced
water.
when it comes to
That's
Oh,
gotta
we-
be icy. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh man. No way that's warm. I mean, we jumped in water in tropical countries and it's cold.
Yeah.
online
Ooh.
presence. If it doesn't come up, it doesn't exist. Companies which refuse to be online have disappeared by now. This
That's good to
applies
know.
to other things in Norway.
We've been in Asia a lot recently, and a lot of times, if you search up online how to get to a certain place with like a certain bus or a company, it won't pop up online. You have to go to the original place, and then there'll be 20 options.
Or what pops up online is like out of business now,
Yeah.
or just totally outdated. It's really weird.
Norway, even in daily life. If you go to a supermarket, you will notice that there is
Horses.
only a very limited choice of products compared to other countries.
Interesting.
Number 4. There is a period with guaranteed sunshine. People living in countries with regular weather patterns cannot imagine how irregular the weather is from year to year. One year July can be mostly sunny and warm, while the year after it's raining all the time and it's cold.
Oof.
So when coming to Norway, plan that during half of your stay it will rain. So if
Good
you want
tip.
a certain activity which requires good weather, like mountain hiking, you will have to keep a flexible plan.
So that's not going to work for one day road trips where every day is a new city.
Hotels already everywhere.
That's usually how we do it. And when it rains, it doesn't work very well, unfortunately.
But there
Got a
are
little sheeper in the road right there. Oh, no.
some regions which have less rain than others. Usually Western Norway has the most rain.
Oh,
In
foggy.
Bergen there is rain on 280 days a year,
280?
while the south coast and eastern Norway are drier. The wettest place in Norway is Brekke along the Sognefjord, with over
Brekke?
3,500 millimeters rain per year.
Dang.
The place with the least amount of rain is Skjåk in the Otta Valley.
Sure.
Because it lies in a rain shadow, it rains only 278 millimeters per year, a third of Oslo, and technically counts as a desert.
Wow,
But
so
it's still-
Norway's got a desert, but
But not
Turkey doesn't have a
Turkey?
desert?
Green,
Is it one of these semi-deserts?
Yeah.
In our Turkey videos, we occasionally like talk about the landscape, and we've referred to it as a desert. And every single time, there's somebody in the comments that are like, "There's actually no deserts in Turkey." But Turkey, I'm sure to you Norwegians as well, and to us Minnesotans, which is in the northern United States, that's very desert-like for us.
Yeah, it's completely different than what we experience.
because the water comes from the nearby mountains. But it still doesn't mean it's sunshine, it just doesn't rain.
Interesting.
Number 5. Tourist attractions are open all year round. For a couple of years, people are starting to come outside the classic tourist season from June to September for summer and February to April for
Holy
winter
nuts.
seasons. Then they wonder why many tourist attractions are closed down when they're coming.
I wonder why.
Previously, no one came, so companies shut down their operation due to a lack of customers. But it will change if more people come outside of the season.
What's going on there?
On the
Yeah,
other
what?
hand, people come to Norway because of its nature, and nature will dictate if you can see a thing or not. Famous sites can be covered with meters of snow, or an access trail is one giant skating rink.
Puffin.
Migratory animals are simply gone. No point in wanting
Look
to
at
see
that
the
guy.
puffin birds
Look at
in
his little
January
feet.
when they
Oh,
are
did he
only
just
there. Animals
shoot
are
out
simply gone.
projectiles out of his
No point in wanting to see
booty?
the puffin birds in January when
Oh,
they are only
that was
there from
quick.
late July.
Oh,
Number 6. The mountains trail are secured. Some of the most well-known attractions are nature attractions which usually require some hiking to get there. Tourists from certain countries
Whatever
assume
you
then that the path there has been
Yes.
totally secured, so nothing can happen.
Oh, that's cool.
They are then
Path.
shocked to see that there is no railing between them and a drop of several hundreds of meters. As you are free to roam nature in Norway, you also need to prepare for the risks of nature and
that
deal
is a
with
cool
them,
trail.
which
Wow.
also means turning around and going back when you deem it too dangerous. One point in the Norwegian mountain rules says,
Det er ingen skam å snu.
there is no shame in turning around.
There is shame. If you're not first, you're last. Get to the top.
You didn't make it to your one of goal, you're a failure.
I don't expect like there to be railings, but I'd expect them to be like I would have expected them to be like sort of maintained, where it's not like overgrown with grass or something.
Yeah, like you can actually see the path.
But I don't expect there to be like steps, kind of like in a national park in the U.S. Generally, it's like dirt trails, but you can see it. We've gone on trails in some countries where suddenly the trail is just grass, and we're like,
It's just a trail.
Number 7. It's safe
Oh
to
my
travel
gosh.
That's
in
a
Norway.
possessed deer.
If you mean
Help.
criminality, then yes it is. But if you go out in nature, it might not. Going on a hike alone, where there are no people and no cell phone coverage and fall stupidly and get hurt. You cannot call for help and no one was told that you are on that hike. Then you can easily die there. And your body is found years later.
Oof.
So traveling alone is not always safe. Number 8. You can easily travel between tourist hotspots. Some travelers soon realize that getting from one
reindeer.
tourist
Wow.
destination to another might take very long when done by public transport. For example, traveling from Flom to Gairanga by public transport takes around 16 hours
Wow.
because you have to wait very long between connections. The reason is that public transport is heavily subventionized by the state, so they will first serve the taxpayers. And the taxpayers from these places want to go to the nearest city or airport, not
Makes
another
sense.
tourist hotspot. They will visit maybe once in their life.
Yeah, seems like
Number
a
9.
pretty good thing.
I need to book everything long in advance.
Apparently, you don't want to do that because of the weather.
Oh.
I wonder if. So I guess we're about to find out. I wonder if Norway is one of those places where, like, if you book the hotel way like months in advance, it'll be way cheaper, or it just kind of stays the same all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm curious.
You don't need to book an entry in museums. You just go to the desk and buy a ticket.
How many times have we been bamboozled by that?
Yeah, and then the museum's closed on Mondays.
You would not imagine how many times that's happened to us. It's unreal. And it's like random days of the week. It'll be like a Tuesday, a
Yeah.
Monday.
Whatever day we want to go to it.
It's closed so
For
often.
some activities, you need to book a couple of days in advance. For accommodation, it depends where and when you go. On our
Okay.
latest trip, we went outside the main season and stayed outside the hotspots, and we never booked anything. Just walked into a hotel or camping and asked if they had something for us. Worked
That's nice to
12
do
out
that.
of 13 times.
Wow, okay.
The one
And
time
what
it didn't
about that
work,
one time
we
when
found
Yeah.
something 200
They slept on the
meters away,
streets.
and we always have the possibility to sleep in the car if nothing is found.
True.
But if you want to
Beautiful
go to
waterfall.
certain hotspots in the high season, you will have to book sometimes months in advance.
Okay.
Jeez. Okay. Good to know.
One more thing. If in one of the big cities everything seems to be booked out or extremely expensive, then there is some kind of conference and it's difficult to know about them if you're not in that business.
Okay.
Number 10, all worldwide services are also available in Norway. With the reach of certain tech giants, you would assume they are also in Norway, but that's not the case. For example, we don't have Amazon. We have other online shops.
Dang, I was really hoping to go to Norway and order some Amazon as we're.
I want the bald man Bezos to deliver it to me personally in Norway.
You mean Lex Luthor himself?
But not one big one which offers everything. Also, Uber is not the same as in the US. To be an Uber driver, you need to have a taxi license.
Oh.
Interesting.
Also, for the payment system, Norway has its own thing called VIPs. But you can only use it if you have a bank ID, which you only get
Dang.
if you're a resident or citizen. So check before coming if a service is actually available.
Good idea. Very interesting.
Number 11. I can do one of the famous hikes every day. Some people
This is something that we would definitely think we can do.
want to
Oh, we can do this one, and we can
Yeah,
drive over
yeah.
here and do this one. And then apparently this hike is like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Dang nabbit.
do all the famous hikes in Norway, especially in a limited time frame. That means one every day, and because most hikes are not close to each other, quite a lot of driving every day, which means that the hiking has to be done at a quite high pace. This can be done for a day or two,
Whoa, that's cool.
but then you should take it easy on day number 3.
No
Wow.
slowing down.
We heard of countless
Did he just
people
say we should do rest days?
Rest is for the weak.
just couldn't do anything the day after they hiked to Trolltunga, so plan accordingly. On the bonus side, if you have planned break days, you can easily shuffle stuff around in case of bad weather, which is
Yeah,
quite
that's
common in
That's probably
Norway.
a good thing.
But what about multi-day cabin-to-cabin hikes? They are designed for that and thus less intense. Plus, nobody said you have to hike every day and not just stay longer at one cabin. Number 12. Travel influencers will show you the hidden gems. So you clicked on a video which is titled 10 Hidden Gems of
This is very true. Every single hidden places one is never hidden.
Once it gets onto Instagram, you're screwed. I mean,
Yeah.
almost like once a country starts hitting Instagram like a ton, it's just annihilated. Iceland. When I went to Iceland the first time, there wasn't that many people there, and then I went 4 years in a row. By the last year, it was so busy.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. We found actual hidden gems in Iceland.
We do it a different way. We don't listen to bloggers and Instagrammers because obviously we already are vloggers. We travel around the world. Check out our link in our description for our vlog channel. We usually go on Google Maps and drop our little dude in different spots on Google Maps and then find the real hidden gems. And we drive there and nobody's there.
Yeah, we had a few trails in Iceland where it was literally 0 people.
Or we see a dirt road that goes off in the middle of nowhere and we're like, let's see.
Norway.
But then our videos don't get any views because
Yeah.
of that. Because it's not the hidden gems, it's an actual like hidden place.
No.
Your favorite travel influencer. Trust us, they are not. We checked countless of these videos and none contained hidden gems. They might contain lesser known tourist sites, but definitely no hidden gems only known to the locals. Here at Explore Norway, we do show them. We live in Norway, so we have all the time we need to visit them. We speak the language and thus can communicate with the locals to find them. And we don't have FOMO, as we have already seen all the famous places.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things we're like, oh, we could go off here and see this area that not many people go to, but then we're gonna miss Trolltunga and the rock thing and this.
We don't have time for everything else then.
It sucks.
Number 13. I need polar expedition clothing to visit Norway in winter.
Interesting.
Some people coming to Norway think it's extremely cold like northern Canada and you need polar expedition gear.
Looks
Luckily,
pretty cold
Norway
right
is
there.
kept warm by the Gulf Stream and thus rarely cold. In addition, it's only really cold when there's sunshine and
That looks
no
miserable.
wind. Along the coast, like in Bergen, it's rarely below 0 and snow is
Really?
rare. Even in Tromsø, it's not that
So below
cold.
0 Celsius, that's like 32, 30 something degrees Fahrenheit.
We get really screwed being from where we are. It's like right in the middle of the continent.
Yeah, Minnesota gets really, really cold in the winter.
Yeah, we really get hit hard with the dang Canadian shield winds that fly down. Ouch.
Yeah. Every once in a while they just like go down and then all of a sudden it's like negative 30.
Yeah, really sucks. And then the wind chill, you add that on there, it gets like negative 60. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Maybe -5.
Fahrenheit, by the
Unless
way,
you
not
venture
Celsius.
inland like to
For us dumb
Røros, where
Americans.
-50
There
has
you go.
happened,
If we
or
go to
high up
Røros.
in the mountains, it will be rare that you will experience a deep negative temperature. We plan to make a video about what people living in Norway wear during winter, and if you are watching this
there,
video in the
that baby.
future, check if it hasn't already been made. Number 14. Norwegians care a lot about their Viking heritage. Some visitors think that there are Viking activities and attractions around every corner, because Norwegians like to cultivate their Viking heritage. While these exist, they are not very common. Norwegians care about Vikings as much as Middle Europeans care about the Romans or medieval knights. As this confuses mostly Americans, which care a lot about their heritage and their history, I will bring in some context. Cleopatra lived as close to the Viking age as George Washington. So over the 1100 years since the end of the Viking age, the common people forgot it over the ages. Just some
Makes
tales
sense.
were kept. So how can we differentiate a genuine Viking attraction from a tourist trap? The real ones are based on major archaeological findings, like Lofoter in Lofoten or Sagastad in Nordfjordeid.
Good to know.
The second thing is to see what languages are written and spoken. If it's primarily English, then it's for tourists, and most likely a tourist trap. If Norwegian is the first language, then it's for the locals, and probably genuine. So
we gotta find the Norwegian stuff, and then it's real.
Yeah. And you guys can suggest us the Norwegian stuff so we know what's real.
We'd love to go to Norway and see some real hidden gems. And if you want to help us so we don't have to look on Google Maps for hours and hours and hours, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah. And let us know places we can stay that aren't super expensive. 'Cause
That'd
we
be
don't have a
nice.
lot of money.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.